Greetings everybody and welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth with myself, Oliver. So in the last episode we got to grips with the guest house, or at least the start of the guest house. As you can see, I have actually laid out a bit of a layout for it. The settlers are already sinking into the farming here. I think this does look pretty good from where we are. I think I'm going to put some neons on it, to be fair. I'm sure a few of the farmers will use this as accommodation, but I kind of want to make sure that this is a bit more of a guest house than it is a residence house. So I might make the workers sleep in another house across the way there. But as you can see here, I've managed to put the layout in. I've added this commercial window because I think it fits quite well. I say that. There we go, that's a bit better. Got a little bit of an entranceway there. Unfortunately, I can't get a set of steps that curve perfectly with this, otherwise I would. And if I can, I can't get a foundation that covers it very well, so I just thought I'd leave it as a square there. Just remove that marker. Otherwise they're going to start hoeing the ground indoors, which I don't want. I think the light level round here is fine. These residential lights give a decent amount of light without being overpowering. That's what the main lights out there are for. The stairs I've added on and created the balcony behind. This discrepancy under here is unfortunately not going to be resolved, because that's just the tile set. I can't fix that, which is a shame. This has been set up and I've done a bit of finagling with this foundation corner. So the outside here looks a little bit more varied. You have these little bays here and the foundation's cut round, so I don't need to just suspend the stupid thing on pillars anymore. Now it's getting a little bit dark, so let's put some extra lighting outdoors here. Now I think it was Homemaker which had those lights, the under power. Wow, that is very, very bright. It's these ones. There you go. So I don't get why you need the little... well, I mean, if this was the vanilla version, I don't see why that little marker at the bottom where you attach the wire is at the bottom. I'd attach it at the top, otherwise you get wires through your streets, which looks really silly. But hey, I didn't design it. I'm just building with it. Luckily, they don't need a wire from the bottom because they take a passive connection. I think that gives a good bit of light through these windows as well. So we don't need as much indoors. So up to the second floor now. I'm going to go back to our snappy builds. Actually, I've got a better idea where we can continue from here. Remove these fences, we don't need them. Can remove the hoeing markers from here. They will just get in the way. Anything that's outside of this area we will remove. That's it. So that way they should only do the animations inside that area. I swear these hammers and stuff keep following me around. Maybe I'm just being a little bit crazy, but I swear they keep following me around. Okay. Now I want to give this a little bit of style and a little bit of access out to the corner here. How far can I go? Not very far. That's a shame, but let's remove these trees and this cluster here. I can probably take this foundation away because I'm going to make probably an offcut from here. Yeah, I think I might make a little offcut to give the place a slight bit more variety. Or I can make like an outbuilding, a little alleyway. I might make the alleyway because that would give it a little bit more beauty, as they say. You know what? These deco wall lights are actually pretty cool, but they really don't match the white brick aesthetic I have going. Excuse me. Let me just turn that onto mute. Thank you. I mean, these fit more on this blue material, but again, these decorative wall lights, the aesthetic just doesn't fit. These look good, but again, we're not going to mess with that. Right, so ground floor will have probably 1 or 2 bedrooms over here, which will have a couple of guest beds in there. We might just make pods. I mean, we could make literally a 1x1 set of rooms here. That's all, well, 1x2 set of room, I should say. Excuse me. We could have a 2x1 there, a 2x1 there, and a 2x1 there, which could probably sleep 2 each, so that'd be 6 beds. The corridor here will have a couple of communal things. Over here I was thinking of making either a reception or a sort of trading area. Because of the commercial windows, I'm thinking of a trading area. But let's set up a few things here before I change my mind. So we're going to go to the shell kit. I believe it's a shell kit. Don't know, I've just lost my way. Now I'm going to put 1 piece of concrete floor here. Yeah, so we'll put a concrete floor here. And we're going to surround this by walls like we would have done the classic brick theme. We don't want a back door, this is going to be an entirely enclosed bit of the premises. So theme number 2. Also, while I'm quickly putting this together, I had another look the other day and I seem to have gained almost another 10 followers, or 10 subscribers I should say. Like I said, I have no idea where all the traffic is coming from, but wow, that's it's pretty incredible, guys, you know. Thank you very much. The amount of support I'm getting in recently is pretty insane. So yeah, again, to be really, really silly about it, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. That's it's very clearly helping me out, so thank you very much. Thank you oh so much. Trust me, the support doesn't go unnoticed, and it's really, not that I needed extra motivation to do the series, but it is really helping me motivate me to do more of the series, so I really appreciate your help. Okay, so got that in there. Now we're going to go back to the landscaping, and under the sidewalks we're going to go with the slightly bigger tiled sidewalk here because I feel like the ground is slightly flatter, which would allow me to do this properly. So we'll snap the pathway around. This bit here can be a straight tile. Straight up tile. I mean, that looks like grass, and to be honest, I actually want to go with this mud material. I think the mud fits the aesthetic of the ground down here a bit better. Oh, I was about to say, it doesn't look like that's going to snap though, but it is. Yeah, this mud material looks a fair bit more like it's blended in. Now, do we have a triangular piece? Yeah, we do. So let me put in a straight piece. That's a double straight piece. Just want a single one. There we go. Then we put in the T-junction piece. Now that's an X-junction. That is a T-junction. And then we put that coming in. I think that's a bit too long, so we'll put that in there. Now I forget if there was a ramped piece, like a kind of sloped piece, but I don't think there is. So I might be able to get away with lowering this lot. So if I lower this down by 10 units each. I mean, this is kind of high up. It is matching to the building as opposed to anything else. Yeah, if I just raise these by a couple of units, this will work fine. Oh, it's going to do that again, isn't it? It's too far down for me to snap it. Oh, how high up do I have to make this before you snap? Does that just not have a snapping feature? Oh, there we go. Wonder what that was about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Match that up. This will need to be ironed out with a couple of edge pieces, but that's fine. Yeah, what we can do is put a foundation edge here. Nope, we need a sloped foundation edge. That is kind of sloped. That is definitely kind of sloped. Sloped in the wrong direction, though. Aha, I have an idea. What we can do is bring this back to here. We can put in a small line. We can add in these planters, though I'm really not sure why they're not snapping properly. I reckon they're snapping to the building foundation and not to the actual dirt foundation that we've put in here. What options do we have for these planters? We've got dirt, mud and grass, if I'm not mistaken. No, that'll work. So if I put this back a bit further, that's it. And then I plant in another one. Actually, we have two. We have pre-planted sets of these. Why don't I just use those for crying out loud? Excellent. So we'll put in one standard straight piece instead, not a double. We'll put in a standard. See, a standard snaps in just fine, but that one doesn't for whatever fucking reason. That can then snap out there, and then we can have one more piece that comes round in a loop. This can actually be a junction. I've used the wrong pieces. We'll correct that in just a moment. Yeah, all of these are incorrect. I don't know how I got that wrong. Yeah, so corner. Oh, that looks like a massive stonking ass corner. Oh, I heard it. There we go. Snap that in place. That is the mud section, so we'll put in the mud. Oh, please, come on. There we go. That looks really janky, but I'll play it. Put in a corner. That's it. This piece can be a corner so that it will match up. The leaves and the shrub underneath could go. And then we put in the final piece of the path, like so. Excellent. And now, under the landscaping, we have retaining walls. And I'm really getting the hang of these retaining walls, I'll tell you that for nothing. Now, we don't need to worry about putting anything else in there, so we'll put in the retaining walls. Can I put in a corner retaining wall? Oh. Ah, damn it. It's a bit too far. Okay, we'll have to do it. We'll have to do this in a kind of dirty, old-fashioned way. That'll do. And now we can slot in another one of them. Oh, that is a completely different style of wall. How did I not see that? And there we go. It doesn't even glitch because the way I moved that would have offset it ever so slightly. So that's fine. So we've got a retaining wall put in. I'm assuming I cannot build the retaining wall any further. No. I'll tell you what, I'll come back to that because I think I can get away with that. I think I can build further than that. I think I can get away with it if I play that right. Right, and under landscaping here we should have ponds. Do we have one that is just a complete standalone? We do. Yeah, so we've got a nice little water feature around the back here now. Let's stick some lighting in that to... I'm not going to say finalise it, we are nowhere near finished with this. But we're going to put in some street lights, these residentials. These can go on the edge of the pathway. That needs another park piece to finish that off. This can also be an exit to the settlement as well. If you're leaving, of course. We can station some guards in this little area too. A few things we need to remove. This also hides the fact that the terrain is ever so slightly sloped as well. This retaining wall looks like it's been all built up top and is more or less seamless, so we'll get away with that. Don't mind having the white bricks on the inside here, no one's really going to see those. So again, happy with that. Lights will keep it going just for now, just while we get to grips with the rest of the build. And of course, what good is it if you can't actually see out? I don't want commercial, I'll just stick with the classic. Oh, that is... Oh, that's the 45-degree wall. Don't want that. Wonder if I put that in there, how stupid would it look? You know, not as stupid as I thought. I'll be totally honest with you. Not as stupid as I thought. Ah, that is one thing I miss about the other kits. You don't get the roof piece. Though why it's not actually snapping to the top of the bay roof, I don't know, but that's not going to work if I stick that in there. I'd have to properly plan that in to make that look any good. And that 45-degree is not going to work. We can't have a 3-windowed wall. We can have a 2-windowed though. Since that is a public area, I think it will be suitable for that. And then we'll put in the corner here, so that will isolate it from the outside. Cool, so you can see out into the wilderness when it's light. You have your little storage room here. This can be a nice little communal area to work with, which is always good. Okay, so flooring, we're going to put that new flooring up top here. Roof that. Now across here, I'm going to make this into an extra layer of farming. I'm going to make it like an elevated greenhouse in a way. I think I can get away with that in a few ways. So I was going to say the concrete looks really ugly underneath, but that wouldn't stop me, for example, placing this so I'll place this in. Now if I go to the concrete floors, I should then be able to place that in there. Like so. If I go to... Let me let the interface catch up, make sure I haven't sent it into orbit. Right, it's down to 0.1. Now if I bring all of these up... Okay, I'll bring the wood floor down by 1. If I can just lock onto it. My goodness, that was quite annoying. Okay, so this is also glitchy, so I'll move that up by 0.1 to hide that glitching. Yeah, that's also a tad glitchy. Now the reason I've done this 2-layered this is going to get really annoying, isn't it? Okay, the reason I've done it 2-layered is because if I now go downstairs, switch over to a gun that doesn't have my torch mounted. So as you can see, all of this now looks exactly the same, but on the roof we have the concrete finishing on the floor. So I've layered the two together so that it doesn't look stupid. if you want to get a technical term to it. Whoa, what the hell is that? I must also give a mention to one of my viewers, who goes by the name of JG, who recommended creating a settlement which has a kind of prison to it, which he suggested would be a good use for the slog here, and I agree with you. I didn't actually think of a prison till you told me, so thank you very much. However, I'm going to turn another settlement into that kind of prison. I'll have a correctional facility. I didn't think of it, so thank you. I'm going to try and use, or think of using, Coastal Cottage Now the reason I say coastal cottage would make a good prison is because there's the underground part just underneath the rocks in the middle, and I feel if I hollow that out properly I could make a really good prison out of that, because I can have the cages, I can assign settlers to that cage, I can create personas from raiders, which you suggested, and I think that'd be a really good idea. I could maybe have a couple of gunners, a raider, you know. So yes, I appreciate your suggestion, and I believe I am going to enact that at some stage. So thank you very much for that. It will get done, trust me. I'm not going to put wallpaper on this. I'm actually kind of growing attached to this bright white plaster. It looks brand new, and that's kind of what a lot of the Minutemen's settlements are. Brand new. Okay, let's see if I can get away with this. So if I go to structures in Homemaker, one of them is a greenhouse. Now the door is going to be here, but we're not going to use the greenhouse door. This is going to be part of that part. But I do feel like if there's a wall I can use, just a sloped glass wall that doesn't have cracks in it. That is greenhouse left piece, which would go here. Ooh, those are too wide. That's more like it. Okay, we'll give this a go, see how we feel about it. I'm telling you now, I'm not too keen on it, but we're going to give it a go. That has cracks in it, which I don't want. Oh, it doesn't have much, does it? I mean, the only 3 high is going to have loads of cracks in the glass. Or this. No, this one's got no cracks in it. We can get away with this one. So, make sure when I put it, the rods, the metal studs are on the inside. The wooden studs, I'm sorry. Because I think that snapped to the wrong piece. I think we got it now. Okay. So attach these greenhouse wall pieces. The wooden studs again on the inside, which is what we want. I think that one... No, that one's fine. I do like that trickling water sound I get from that now. That's really nice. So we got this kind of enclosed greenhouse. Got an idea. I need the doorway left, I think, is what I need. No, because that... No, I do need a right. I do need a doorway right. One that doesn't have cracks in it. That's fine. Okay. And now for flooring. What do these concrete floors look like on the underneath? They look kind of chipped, but that doesn't matter. Now if we put a half floor here and a half floor here, we can have a little balcony on the outside. I think as well... Could I actually get away with a metal roof on this section of the building here? Because I'd be surprised if I can. I wonder. for fuck's sake. I really, really don't enjoy the way this works. No, I don't think I can. I mean, I can put this in, but it's basically just a chunk of metal and would look really, really ugly. And that just doesn't match whatsoever. I did see a balcony piece though. I mean, this does look like it doesn't match very well. Now, under Homemaker, I think it's the same one. Same set, which is shell kits. We do have balconies. That doesn't strictly look out of place, it must be said. Question is, does it fit properly? And do we have any other colours? No, we don't. Just moving this back to fit it properly. Yeah, I think that fits and looks a lot better. That genuinely looks like you could come outside and just have a break, which is the point. Ooh, beautiful. Let's finish this balcony set off. I say balcony set, greenhouse set. Can't even speak today, I tell you. Okay, so one side is missing. Oh, don't tell me these are the wrong way round. I think they are. I think the doorway right is supposed to be on this end. I'm starting to get that impression. Wait, why is that so far over? That doesn't match at all now. Don't tell me the doorway is much further along. I think these pieces are too big. Okay, we're going to have to quickly rethink this. So if I put a doorway right, that's a greenhouse wall. This is going to be one of those things that does not snap, does it? This is going to annoy me, I know it is. How did I have so much trouble fitting it, is the question. Right, so the studs are there, so in theory that means I'm actually correct the first time. Yeah, I must be correct the first time, because the studs are on the inside, which is exactly what we want. Oh, I don't get this sometimes. So yeah, studs on the inside, as we thought. So how come that does not fit, is the very, very pertinent question here. Because you can clearly see that the side closest to me doesn't have a... Ooh, neither side does. Okay, so technically speaking, it shouldn't actually matter which way we fit this greenhouse roof. This greenhouse roof seems a bit big though. It's also the wrong pitch, so we must have another one here. That's more like it. So let's put in this greenhouse roof like so. Are you not going to play ball with me here? I'll tell you what, I'll cheat it a little bit. Let's put that one in, then that one, then that one, then that one. And then we go out here and we delete this one. Hehe, I've cheated the system, fuck you. Okay. Now the reason I've done this is because I'm looking to put a third story onto this. Very quick question though. Do we have like a little triangular piece that I can fit at the top? No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure of that for my future plans here. So we'll put in a couple of support columns in the middle. Give it a little bit of extra character to it. That's it. And we'll put one here. That's it. And it needs to go across just a half a unit that way. That is fine. That needs to come back a fair bit. That's fine. Let me just check underground. I say underground. The first floor. Yep, it's not coming through the floor, so that's what we want. Excellent. Now under Homemaker, resources for food. We do have these planters. Now I can either put the planters down as is, put some empty ones down, or I can place these ones on tables. Now, I think it's under the miscellaneous surfaces. We have the greenhouse tables, which I'm going to put in. So let's put some greenhouse tables in. Yeah, we're going to make a full row. So just make sure they don't look a bit too janky. Which they do a touch, so we're just going to shuffle them about ever so slightly. That is fine. We're going to put a couple of these over here. Excellent. Oh, I love it when the place gets attacked. Said nobody ever. Okay, so these moot fruit planters. Place these in. Okay, put that in the storage for just a second. We'll shift these across. It's a question though. They look like they're way too big for these. Then again, why should I worry about that? I can just shrink them down. Yeah, of course I can. Just shrink the sods down. Now they fit perfectly. What was my problem? Nope. Don't want potatoes. Don't want tarberries. We want moot fruit. That's it. Cool. And then shrink them down each to 80%. It has no bearing on the food that it produces at all. I think these are all getting auto-assigned, with the exception... Oh no, they've all been auto-assigned, so they're obviously hurting for food. That's good. We can make this place look a bit better in a short while. I might even add like a water pump that goes, or like a pseudo, quote-unquote, water pipe that goes down the side of the building. But that's a good start to a greenhouse. That's an extra 14 bits of food for the greenhouse. Nice cup of tea. Because I can't go without a cup of tea. Everybody knows that. I am British. Which means if we don't have tea at least every hour, we will shrivel up and explode. Everybody knows that. If you don't, then where have you been? Just saying. Okay. These shell kits. Interesting. Oh my god, we can actually fit decent roofs on this. This gives me a lot of good ideas, I'm telling you. Right. Let's do the same below as we did up here. Now, these stairs... I think this needs a half floor piece to fit in. Yeah, in order for the stairs to start in the same place. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah. Actually, it's only going to be 2 stories. If I put those stairs there... Oh yeah, of course, that is not going to gel because the stairs have been manually manipulated. That'll do fine. Yeah, that's the only floor piece I have which has that corner, so those disgusting white wood edges there are just going to have to be dealt with. So if I put the 2 stairs running alongside here, we'll move up to... And hello again. Good to see you. You're probably wondering what on earth just happened there, because I'm now surrounded by walls. Well, the second half of the recording got corrupted. Don't know what it was. I pressed to stop the recording. Everything seemed fine. The video wouldn't upload to YouTube. Turns out everything after the 42-minute mark has been essentially destroyed. No idea what caused that. Hoping it doesn't happen again. So yes, you guys have missed out on another 50 minutes or so of extra construction work. So I guess all I can really do is show you what I did. So we've got a 3rd story. Welcome. I think this looks quite funky with the elevated greenhouse. We have the front commercial windows, which we haven't done anything with yet. I want you guys to help me name this. Like, I know I've put guest here. I was going to put guest house, but that just looks really plain, really boring. So comment what you guys think I should name this place, because that would be brilliant. And of course we have our Minuteman settlement sign, which is pretty much solidifies the idea that this place is now finished. It finished in a sense that it's official. It's on the Minuteman's map. As soon as we put that sign up, it's official. We've done it for Warwick Homestead, we've done it for Hangman's Alley, we've done it for the Slog now. The castle doesn't need one because, let's face it, that thing is an absolute fortress at this point. If you want to attack the castle, you're pretty stupid. This place still needs a bit of touching up, but we'll sort that out later. I suppose with the 40-50 minutes of corrupted footage that have passed me by, we can deal with some detailing, I guess. I do really like that. That does look good from out here. Doesn't look too boring, like the shape of it. It could use a bit more light, granted. Definitely could use some more light. That dormer up there really gives it some character. The settlers are starting to explore down there, which is great.
Yeah.
Okay. I do like the light in here. That's good. There's enough space to get into the guest house. There is one issue with these doors, though. As you can see, I cannot walk out. Like that. Now, I've realised on camera, but of course that's now corrupted, I realised these greenhouse walls, for whatever reason, have a hitbox which extend about 1 story below themselves. Don't ask me why. I don't have a clue. But you can see kind of here, in this corner, I can't walk past it because the hitbox is too far down. That's not going to stop me using it though, because it's a really nice tool set. But we just have to be mindful of that. Just have to be mindful. Okay, let's do some detailing before we do the interior. The interior will probably be another episode, so don't look at me like that. So, under structures, now we have snap and build, not to be confused with snappy builds. Under real estate, we have posts and columns, where we will find this wonderful set of stuff. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I made this 120% large. And put these columns in to break up this massive grid of bricks. The issue I'm going to have here is positioning columns this big is going to be a bit of a nightmare, but we'll manage it. I mean, I think I just did quite well there. For a moment, I thought I couldn't see the roof there. Sorry about that. That is the export for the first half of this video. The part I did manage to salvage. So all good fun. There's no such thing as YouTube unless you have some rendering issues. I still don't know what caused it. I've never had an issue like it. It still had the temporary file listed in my directory, so I think my filming software, I use XSplit to record, by the way. Yes, I'm a heathen. I use XSplit. I think XSplit, it's the first time it's done it, but for whatever reason, XSplit decided to just stall out when I stopped recording. It created the temporary file and then it just never finished finalising it, so I really don't know what happened. There you go, that looks good. I'm not going to put one here because we're going to have the neons across there. We've got the neons across the front. This is quite varied already, so I don't need to touch that. I reckon I could put one on these corners here. Put a couple of these columns. Yeah. I'm trying to line up that seam in the middle where my dot is right now. Try and line that up with the corner behind it. And then line up that with the top of the wall. Which is brilliant. Oh yes, I didn't put a corner here. Which is fine, because what I'll do instead, I'll just simply put these columns in. That's it. Then expand it to 120, like the other side of the building is. I'll pull that slightly more towards me. And then we'll layer them on top. Make sure the seams line up, like so. Expand that up to 120. That's really weird. I reckon this must have been sunk down a lot further on the other end. And see it. So we'll move that along like so. And now we will descend on that one. See it? That doesn't look too odd, that's fine. Now the back of here looks pretty good as is, so there's not too much I want to do with this. Potentially add a bit of greenery or maybe a couple of little decorations in here, because let's face it, this is not fun. I think it's Homemaker, which has some outdoor decorations. Do excuse me. There we go. The problem is this wood finish here doesn't really give us much of an option. To be fair, I think that looks fine anyway. Think of it as like having a drainage trench. Okay. So let's sort out here. Now, Homemaker has some fences, but I think these are all like military style fences. Yeah, pre-war and military fences. I mean, you can get these pre-war chain links, but that doesn't fit the aesthetic over here. Not by a long shot, anyway. Plus, they're still all broken. And the misc barriers, well, these aren't really residential fences. I mean, this one is, but there's better fences than that, let's face it. I mean, I do use these Jersey barricades, though. They're good for improvised looking defences and checkpoints. Stone walls, they can be used. Wow. Oh yeah, of course, wrought iron. I've got a better set of tools for wrought iron, though. So let's have a look under the regular structures. Wow, I could have sworn I had better fences than this. I mean, that's okay. Rails, I guess. Same metal rails I use in the castle. I don't think that will really fit, though. But then again, that doesn't look much better either. And these are way too tall for me to utilise here. I reckon these metal railings, standard metal railings, are probably better. That does not look good. Let's just move that back just a tad. Like that. Then we can put the railing on this side. The reason I'm shuffling this over just a bit, 1, 1, is so that I can fit a post on the end here, so it doesn't look incomplete. That's literally the only reason. No, I do need to continue with that. No, I think one more of that. Then I can put in a corner rail. That's it. Because then that covers the top of the retaining wall. I need to put the retaining wall, edge, park, grass, 1. Makes sense. That will come under, of course, snappy builds and landscaping. That's it. What am I looking for? Sidewalk and park. Okay, not that one. Okay, what exactly am I missing here? Foundation edges. It's going to be this, isn't it? Yeah, the mud. Yeah, because the mud one blends a lot better. That being said, that is a really ugly transition. Mind you, they're all really ugly transitions, aren't they? I mean, this one's okay, but it really could be better. Could I disguise that really ugly transition? Okay, I'm going to have to play ball with it another way. No, because that tilts upwards, and that looks really stupid. Move that. That also looks very stupid. That's it. Use the higher up edge here. That looks a bit more natural, I guess. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I think that's my doorbell again. There we go. Sorry about that. Way. So, fence is all up and running. On that side, at least. Now, I've almost forgotten where I was. It was under Snap and Build, wasn't it? Snap and Build. See what happens? Someone comes to my front door. I just completely forget where the hell I was. Rails. There we go. Metal rails. Oh, of course. It's outside. I don't know how well I can fix this. I could probably inch this back just a tad. And I might be able to get away with it. Emphasis on the word might, by the way. Might be able to get away with it. Oh, no, put that down. Put that down. Because if I make these snap to the other fence pieces rather than the post, I could squeeze just a couple of extra feet out of it. As well as this. I'm also quite disappointed in the placement here, so let's edge this back a bit. This can come up a tad as well. There we go. If I have that back there, it's just going to be floating in the air, and I don't really want it to look as silly as that. Sucks. Ooh. I think there's a button I can get away with this. Hang on a minute. Let me just look away so I don't accidentally ruin something here. No. No, it's not that. I think it's actually my recording pause button. 1 second. What I'll need to do is pause here. No, it's not that. I have a feeling it's my end recording button is the same. I'm going to change my button layout around in XSplit here. Sounds convoluted, but bear with me. Okay, I think that works. So that's it. Workshop timeout off. The question is, can I place things outside of here? Oh, hello. What have I done? Whoa! Definitely didn't hit that. 1 second, guys. Let me get back to that. There you go. Ooh. Time scale. Ah, never mind. I thought I'd just change the time there. Like how quick time moves, but it's fine. Now, I cannot get around this corner to save my life. This part here is just ever so slightly out of bounds, and it will not let me do it for love nor money. I have the button to stop the timeout, but that doesn't allow me to place out of bounds, which is kind of annoying. Also, that was the auto-save button, so I have now lost the pillars, but I'll put those back in off camera. I can deal with not having pillars. That's fine. Now, furniture. What we're going to do is put down these park benches to give this area a bit of personality. This can be a place to come and relax if the stresses of the day are a little bit too much to handle. We're going to move this lamppost into the middle. Containers, we should have a bin along here. Proper bin. No, not a trash can. We want a proper bin. Oh, for crying out loud. We don't have a bin. That's going to be under miscellaneous. A fire barrel. I mean, that's a backup plan, I guess. Which those plants aren't a bad idea. But I think one of the Nuka-Cola trash cans will be a good thing to set up here. That's it. Excuse me. Right, so path comes off here. We're all well and good. Not particularly blended that well, but hey, I'm not perfect. I don't think I ever will be. Now back to the rails here. Where is it? It's rails. That's it, metal rails. Let's see if I can place some metal rails around here. And the question is, will they fit perfectly, or will I have to try and brute force these? I'm going to have to brute force them. Great. Okay, now at least the handy thing with these is if you put the step up to about 5, you can kind of blend the rails into each other and they don't look out of place. Yeah, that does not look out of place, like, at all. So that I can deal with. Trying to get this to snap though is gonna be a pain in the backside. Can I do it from this end? Is this post here going to play ball, or am I going to have to mess with this as well, huh? Nah, this isn't going to work. Problem with doing it manually like this is it will get misaligned, which I obviously don't want, but don't really have a choice in the matter. Yeah, I mean that's going to be misaligned ever so slightly, but it's the only real choice I have. So again, we'll take this one here, we'll very, very carefully blend it back, move this post. That's going to need a tad bit more. That's it. Now stick the post in. I know it's random, but if I rotate that post, will it allow for the snapping to become easier? No. No, it doesn't. Because, you know, nothing in this game can ever be easy. You're just going to have to grin and bear it, I'm afraid. Okay, and how does that look? That is very slightly misaligned, so we'll pull this a bit closer to me. That's about as straight as I'm going to get it. Again, stick these rails in. Again, I hate snapping. It's the bane of my life. It's the snapping in this game. That is not going to line up. That's definitely not going to line up. That's much more likely to line up. But again, we're going to have to put this together manually. There we go. And scoot this along just a bit. There we go. So those posts there should now be in the same spot. Whoa, calm down. Alright, to make these match up, this one is going to have to be moved into the other. Like that, and then this should complete the cycle. Oh, hello, there we go. There we go. So people now can't fall into this pond thing. Not that anyone could, because you technically can't fall into it because the water is part of the make an item. But hey, that's as good as we're going to get it. Now, under the power section, do we have things like uplights? I mean, we've got these spotlights. They don't really do anything though. Because here's the thing, if you try and place something, it's just going to place it right on the surface of the water. Which is a bit silly. But then this is not really an item designed for this. Tech set dressing. Lights. High-tech lights. Have we got any floor lights at all? No, those are lobby lights, so we can't go under the high-tech set dressing. No residential add-ons, shell kits. There's not going to be anything for plugs under the shell kit, I can assure you of that much. Snappy Workshop Terminal. This is the kitchen. Sorry, this is the kitchen platforms, and that's interesting actually. Get the counter doors. I need to remember that. There's a lot I could do with that. A lot I could do with that. Wall signs. There's no lights here, no. Excuse me. I guess he must have hated the lights. 1 second, guys. Yeah, there we go. Well, that was completely and utterly random, but we'll deal with it. Okay, so I kind of gave up looking for an item that would go into the water. I mean, you've got these things. I'm afraid if I put one of these in there, I'll never get them back again. Not that I plan to, but it's always good to have contingency. So instead, we're just going to light it with these lampposts, I think. They give the same kind of light as the residential, so that's fine with me. Excellent. I just love that morning sunshine. Absolutely glorious, don't you think? Good, it is morning at the moment. That's what we want. I'll add a few more bits and pieces to this as the time comes. Oh yeah, of course, the greenhouse. I thought I got rid of all of the hoe markers around here. There's probably still going to be a couple lingering around here, which is going to be a tad annoying. See, the water consumption has gone down. We haven't lost any. Then again, the pumps. I did take a few pumps out earlier, didn't I? Which is fair enough, I suppose. That being said, we are still connected to the settlements, aren't we? Yes, we are. Again, we've got the stupid invisible thing here. I think these dashes are from Codsworth, from where he used to reside. I think the fact that my Codsworth died when he shouldn't have done, he's supposed to be an essential character. I think he died because of quest buggery or something. I reckon that's probably why I have that stupid line on my supply grid. I might go and kill my Codsworth again, just to see whether that line goes away, because it is rather annoying. Right. So in here, I think we're going to add in a shop, I reckon. We can add in a shop. I mean, every one of my builds needs to have a shop, so we have a restaurant. So I think a trading emporium would be a very good settlement addition here. And of course, we need somebody who will man that place. You there.
Sure.
Come and man the shop. Or woman the shop, I suppose, is the correct terminology. I mean, technically I could have two of these, but the thing is, the armor stand, the weapon stand, none of these make anybody happier. The clinic, however, does. So having a medical surgery centre will probably help everybody. And naturally I will get some better attire for everybody once I've got the place up and running. Okay, so structures. Now I don't have much space to work with these. So ideally, I'm looking for sliding doors. I do have some sliding doors somewhere along here. They're going to be under Homemaker, aren't they? Doors, there you go. So we got the bulkheads, don't want those. They're closet doors, don't want those either. There's one particular one I'm looking for, which I really want to use. That is this one. These metal doors are really useful if you just want to save space. This one here I could make into a full-blown door though, because I do actually have the space for it. That's the greenhouse doors, don't worry about that. So that just looks way too secure for that. We'll put in one of these modern doors. The modern ones look great anyway. Decorations. Now for floor coverings, I want a space right in front of the stores. So you've got a nice and clean area to stand on. Excellent. Now the general store is going to sell just about anything. Just about anything. Now we have some display stuff in the furniture. Decorations, display. So this armor rack might have some clothes to put on there. The window is going to have a couple of armor racks. Of course, they are displaying what is for sale. Display cases can go in front of the window. I reckon I could put some good stuff in these display cases. Those have a back. Does that also has a back to it? I think I can put these facing this way. So I can store a couple of weapons in these. Turn off the surface snap so they don't keep lapping onto that. Question is, can this door open? It opens outwards. That's actually ideal. I don't mind it opening outwards. A couple of display cases over here in these windows. Oh, I'm going to have to put in OC decorator, aren't I? There you go. So the case is open that way. Yep, that's fine. Power armor displays. That is probably way too big to put in a shop of this size. Now let's just go with some do-it-yourself stuff. Post-war. There'll be some good shelves in here to use. So these grocery ones are way too big, so we're not going to be using those. Not going to be using those. I think we could put these in front of the counters here to put some additional merchandise on. Pre-war, I can put in, I think it's the vault shelves at the back. Yeah, so we can put in some vault shelves. So they'll share some space like that. Oh no, I can't get in the storeroom because of the greenhouse wall. Damn. There's a point actually. Under Homemaker. Let me just check. So we've got the greenhouse walls here. So if I put one, say, up here. Okay, so the doors don't have that. Is it just the side walls which do that? Okay. Now I'm pretty certain if I go to Snap and Build, we have greenhouse walls in this section. Could I potentially use one of these? Aha! The Snap and Build ones do not have the same issue. Could I get away with replacing all of these and getting away with that? So if I remove this greenhouse... Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay. Moment of truth. It's the same. It is functionally the same. Oh, I knew I'd find a solution eventually. That's it. Now just replace this side while avoiding the mute fruit. Avoid the mute fruit. That's it. That's it. Now can I use these doors? Yes, I can. Modern solutions require modern problems. Or is that the other way around? You know me. I always go and kill 2 stones with 1 bird. That is deliberate, by the way. Just in case you're wondering if I'm being stupid for a reason. Right. So under do it yourself, I'm gonna put some. We can put one of these DIY shelves out here. That is only one-sided. That's fine. And for pre-war, let's put in a few more DIY vault shelves. Excellent. And then just above it, we'll put in a couple of metal shelves. Yes, these are Institute themed. Don't judge me. Who's to say we wouldn't borrow a little bit of their stuff? Excellent. Now we can fill these with clutter. So if we were selling things here, it's a general store. It's going to be a mix of just about everything, really. So there'll be boxes of chems and all these DIY crap in here. There'll be some junk sales. So yeah, some books, ornaments. Now, ham radio. Why wouldn't you? Safe and some components. There'll be some basic food and drinks out the back here. The crates full of booze. There'll be more food and drinks on the shelves out here. Tools. Definitely a few tools. Can't seem to snap to that bottom shelf. Ah, there we go. That's kind of random. I won't lie to you. That is kind of random. Wow. Get all kinds of drawer setups out of that. That's kind of weird. I think these grocery shelves don't quite function how I'm expecting them to function. There's probably a trick to using them and I'm just not getting it. Some of them snap straight to it without any issues. You have to use the long ones. That's why. Clothing, helmets. This place will stock it all. I mean, this storeroom is going to be quite a mess out the back here. And of course they're going to stock some ammo. They'll stock ammo and weapons. At the end of the day, why wouldn't they? Yeah. These aren't the really expensive versions, by the way. These are the really expensive versions. These. That's using half the amount. If I wanted to put all of those down myself as actual boxes, using the full amount the game prescribes to you. If you guys have seen my episode at the castle, you'll see just how ridiculous that is. Yeah, I mean, this place can sell mini nukes. That's pretty good. I still need to put a roof on here, but we'll get to that. Baby steps, okay? Baby steps. Baby steps are good. Now, most commonly bought items, I reckon, here will be tools. Because, I mean, everyone's got to do their work, haven't they? I think that's a good place to start. This is the wrong way round, isn't it? Yeah, all these shelves are backwards. I hate it when the game does this to me. Thing is, if I do that, it'll just go backwards again. Or not. It'll go the correct way round. That's what I like to see. No, don't need gardening. DIY components. Very good. The bit out front here I'm going to cover with actual merchandise using OC Decorator, so watch this space. The medical person, I'm going to put some more stuff in for them shortly, so don't worry about them. That's a good little placeholder to get us started here. I think this is where I'm going to leave it for now. I'm getting the ideas flowing, but I need a little bit longer. So please, leave your suggestions, what you would suggest this guest house be named. I'll have a look at them and I'll probably choose out the best. I do apologise that we lost a good bit of the footage. I'm going to try and make sure that doesn't happen this time, though no guarantees. If this is published and all this is in there, then Oliver did a good. If it's not, then well, you'll never know it existed, so it's also something. But that is where I'm going to leave you for now, guys. This guest house is really coming together. I really like it. But for now, I'm going to see you in the next one. Take care, peace out, stay safe, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have a good one, and see you later.